coconut tree. But by 10 years, I fall from the coconut tree and I break my hand. Then from that, I'm a professor. I can climb all the trees here. By 15 minutes, I can climb the whole coconut tree here. Yes.
Niet te geloven. Hey. It's enough. Oh, dit is geweldig. Applaus. Ik denk dat hij gaat springen.
Do that again.
And I said you should repeat it again. You should repeat that one again. Then attentive to suicide. Are you going to send me that film?
Yeah, I will send it to you.
Yeah,
And where are you? Are you in London or where?
Holland.
Yes, I'm in London.
Okay. Oh, nice.
In particular, it's a very friendly country. People are really nice. They want to know everything about you, about me, for example. But the biggest difference between Ghana and Holland is that people here don't take like care of their environment.
Automatically, there is no trouble in the beach. There is no trouble, you know, in this area. Everywhere is intact, you know, and that's it. So if you feel, you know, that you can live in a place that is okay for your life, you can live there. Ghana is very good. You can live in Ghana, have your business, have your residence, whether foreigner or English, you know. Ghana is a place to live and, you know, the nation for business. Most of things are moving in Ghana today. So Ghana advises anyone who has, you know, mind of Africa to settle in Ghana. Ghana is good.
These are the Nobody beaches. These are the beach.
I would say come with an open mind and an open heart as well. And be ready to experience all that Ghana can offer, really. It's very diverse. And you can have a very limited experience when you come on holiday, in the same way that if you go anywhere you can just stay in your hotel and not try the food and not see the sights and not talk to the people most of the time. But Ghana is very accessible for people who come for a short time or a long time, and it's easy to get around. People will help you ask directions. It is a great place to visit.
I really like being somewhere completely different to the UK, and I really like the fact that you can just kind of get a completely different cultural experience, but one that you can just go with, and you know, it's just really being, as you say, open to the fact that it's a different place that you're in, and adjusting to kind of what those differences are is really kind of invigorating.
Whereas if it's just one country, and it's not, it's a whole continent of different countries, and different people within those countries, and different layers of society. ways I've been surprised by the wealth in Ghana. There's some beautiful houses and gardens and some expensive cars on the road, and I think that's because Ghanaian people really have a lot of energy and passion for life, and it makes them very entrepreneurial. So they're looking for opportunities to do well and be successful, and that gives us some of the wealth that we see. There's also some real poverty here as well, and it's mostly about lack of opportunities, and it's a cycle of poverty. So you're born into a poor family, you don't get the opportunities necessarily to help yourself out of that poverty, and it just creates that cycle. So what you see are, the very poor people and the very rich people. The gap is widening. And I'm here as a volunteer, so I'm here to try and help and lend my skills and experience. But also I know that I'm going to learn a lot from the Ghanaian culture as well. So I'm hoping there's going to be a mutual exchange, and maybe as a result we can move forward a little bit for those poor people who need help.
I didn't quite know what to expect. I think I had an awful lot of preconceived ideas, I suppose based on what I'd seen on television and through other media. And I think very quickly my anxieties and fears disappeared. Ghana's now become one of my favourite places in the world. I love being here, I love the people. I think I have never come across such a warm and selfless group of people. We've been here completing a project at the British Council, and we've run a conference here for 3 days, and I came out in November to try to organise that, listen, and people spend time with you, helping you, introducing you to other people, and they're just so willing to be supportive. I got incredibly generous. You only need to make a casual comment about a need, and the next day they're there with something for you. And I love the relaxed atmosphere in Ghana.
I hope so. I would love to come to Ghana again. We started something with the conference. We started trying to get people to think about different ways of educating children, and we hope that will be sustained by the practitioners. So I would like to come back to Ghana to see how the settings move on from the conference. And I've learned to love this culture. It is all embracing. As a Christian, I've had discussions around faith more in a week here than you have in years back in the UK. And everyone is so friendly, yet compared with the UK, you have so little. But everyone has got that emotional well-being that maybe is lacking in the UK.
Hello, boss. Hello, boss. Just hold it like this for me. Just hold it like this. Don't shake it. Just hold it. Just hold it.
Ghana. I've only been here 2 days on this visit, but the first time I came was 4 years ago, and I was in the country for 3 weeks, and I travelled around the country quite extensively, saw quite a lot of the country, and one of my most overriding memories of Ghana is of just how happy the people here are. And when I compare it to England, it's amazing, it really is. I think that's all. Friendly, smile at the camera. The people are very friendly, the beaches are lovely, you can play football whenever you want.
Yeah. And what is this called?
This is called a pistol.
Pistol?
Yes.
Just let me try and use the pistol and see. Ah, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's very good. How long did it take?
Oh, we came.
My name is Emilia. I'm a French woman, and the first time I came in Ghana, it was in 2007. That's where I met my husband, my Rasta man, and since we are nice together and we are happy together, I decided to leave everything in my country, France, and I came to meet him and to stay with him. So we have a big shop and we do our own jewelries. We are living in Kokobite. Kokobite is a small village in Ghana, the west side of Accra. It's a Rasta place and life is good there. As you can see, everybody is happy. There is the ocean. In Europe and to learn and have skills, but it's very good to come back to Africa and to live up the level of the whole continent, so the whole people they can unite. And what would be good is to have the United States of Africa, so the world can change. That's my advice for my brothers today.
For 3 weeks now, and you've been really, really positively received. Everyone's been incredibly friendly, so much energy, very welcoming. We've honestly had an incredible experience.
Yeah, it's a lot better than England, definitely. Yesterday it rained torrentially, and even that was fun because it was just like tipping it down, or you went in the sea and it was quite warm. It's a bit hot for me, to be honest, but yeah, no, it's been really nice the last few weeks.
Not too bad. The rain here hits pretty hard. The beach is lovely, the water's nice, the people are extremely friendly, some of the friendliest people I've met. In general, just a great atmosphere, pretty chilled out. It reminds me a lot of the Caribbean, to be honest. Food's nice, yeah, everything's great.
Ghana, to be honest, is one of the most amazing places you'll find in the world, because it shows. The most thing that I found most fascinating is that Christianity and Islam living side by side, and in fact during the Eid festival, and encourage them to stand by their religious values to help develop the nation. So for me, this coexistence between different religions, different ethnicities, with the different languages, Tree and Guan, and all these other different languages, it really shows how the modern society should be. So good luck to Ghana. And
we usually get much interaction with strangers within the community, but here in Ghana, when you're walking down the street, people who don't know each other just can have a chat for about 10-15 minutes about anything. Everyone's very friendly. It's a very warm-blooded society, which is something that encourages me about Ghana's future. It's very in the British public that Africa is a place that we shouldn't go to, that is something miles away from what we're used to in Britain. It's completely false, completely false. To be honest, I'm from Turkey myself, and Ghana is a very developed country, and it's developing further, and there's a lot which British people can relate to. So they should come to Ghana to break down those misconceptions and to break down those generalizations. take a look around. It's like paradise.
Agricultural subsidies and the effect to Ghanaian agriculture and Ghanaian farmers. So I was traveling around here in Ghana for about 1 month. Africa here, I've been in Southern Africa before, and so you can't say Africa is Africa. Every country in Africa is a bit different. Pricing here in Ghana. Yeah, things are very different to Europe. I think you know that. Good point about Ghana I can see so far is the difference between poor and rich people is not very big. Maybe I didn't like Accra very much because it's too crowded. This capital Accra is very crowded, very noisy, very busy. I've been there for 4 or 5 days, and maybe it is too long because the more rural areas are much more interesting and then very nice places. So maybe one advice would be not to stay in central Accra too long, but have a look to other parts of Accra very soon. Try to see the whole of Ghana, because the northern region is very different to the southern regions. And to get a complete impression of this country, it might be useful to be in a lot of places here.
It's been a good experience. The people have been very welcoming. Everyone's nice, humble. Life seems a bit more relaxed here. People are chilled out, not much stress. And despite the fact that a lot of people aren't very well off, but they still seem to be very happy with themselves, which is quite refreshing. And we're actually here on a football tour with our university, and we played some Ghanaian university football teams, and they've been very good, a lot better than most of the teams we play in England. And witnessing the footballing culture as well as the ordinary local culture has been quite interesting as well. And another part of the culture which has been really good has been the food. We've loved all sorts of food here, the jollof rice, the groundnut soup, red bread, raw food, quite good, yeah.
Thanks to Kumasi, because I think we were received very well there, and it's almost a hidden gem of Ghana, because I'd never really heard of that place. All I knew was Accra, a place like Kokrobite, so I was really happy with Ghana. The people are very friendly and were received very well, and the standard of football is exceptionally high. I was actually surprised by it, but yeah, I would come back to Ghana. Where men were willing to pay for everything. I think you should try and see all parts of Ghana, not just the Accra or the mall. I think you should go to places like Kokrobite, Arena, visit the castle, try and learn a bit about the history, engage with the people as well. Yeah, that's my advice.
My name is Charles Lockman. I'm from Seattle, Washington, United States. I first came to Ghana initially with a university study group, and I decided to stay longer. And right now I'm doing some volunteer work with an institution called the VillageNet, microfinance. We do small loans to mostly women clients. And I'm enjoying a weekend on the beach. And I plan on traveling on from Ghana throughout West Africa. So far my experience has been pleasant. That you should learn to manage your expectations before you come, because before you get here, there's no way you can prepare for what you're going to experience. Cool aspect of Ghana, I see there's not a lot of idle people. Everybody is doing something and working hard. I also see a lot of smiles, which is, I think, a good sign in any economy. As far as living conditions, I think it's different from what we're used to, but everything is relative, so it's difficult to judge.
People who want to visit Ghana.
I think just manage your expectations. Trip to go anywhere, you have certain expectations, but before you arrive, it's really hard to form those realistically. So I think just kind of be ready for anything, and I think it also helps to talk to the people who have been there before. Very, very friendly, hospitable, very welcoming, warm. Very pleasant. family in Ofankor village. And yeah, I eat banku, fufu, the groundnut soup, rice balls, lots of fish. My favorite is fried rice. Fishing is a big industry. You see it especially down here on the beach. You see the fishing boats go out every night, come in every morning. Fish, I mean, everywhere I've been in Ghana, fish is, seems to be a staple food. This is my first trip to Ghana, and I think it's going to be hard to leave, but it's someplace that I'd really like to come back to in the future. But it's maybe a perception of Africa as a whole, but I think I think Ghana is a good place to get your feet wet into African culture. I think you really get to see a little bit of everything here, and I think it's a good place to start. This is it's my first time to Ghana and also my first time anywhere in Africa, and I'm happy I chose Ghana first.
It's our last chance to buy things.
Yeah, do you enjoy your holiday in Ghana?
Yes, very much. None of us wants to go back to our country. We all want to stay here, but unfortunately it's our last day today. But I think it's very nice. Everything's beautiful here. Something you can see. Ja, wel. Wat willen jullie?
Easy.